We're all tidy upstairs. I've got the windows set up. There we go. Look, we've got 3 windows. How amazing is that? One's to go there, one's to go there, and the other one is to go there. These windows have been made by Nick Pallister, who's an amazing joiner, and this is proper wood engineering. I've worked on a lot of jobs where Nick's made windows and doors, and I've always been really impressed. It's almost otherworldly how good his products are. And I was really hopeful that he was going to be able to find the time to make them, and I'm really glad he has done. I've got these ready to paint, but I just wanted to go over a few of the details on them. So he's made them as thin as possible, so that they're kind of almost delicate. I had a wooden window made downstairs, which came from something like Wooden Windows online. I just ordered that because I needed a window ASAP, because I was living down there and I was getting loads of condensation going down the metal frame. I couldn't open the window and I didn't want to stress anybody out by saying, oh, I really need a window. So I fitted that, and I don't like it. It's got lots of fussy details, the frames are super chunky, and it doesn't really suit the building, I don't think, and it's made out of a funny engineered pine, which I'm not really that taken by. Nick came round and he made all the suggestions of what sort of wood to use, used his fountain of knowledge because he's been doing this for such a long time, and he sort of guided me through it. But the things that I did say which would be good would be to have the frames as thin as possible, so he's done that as thin as he dares. And for this stop chamfer detail, instead of a fussy OG sort of architrave pattern around here, he's kept these simple and just done this small detail, this stop chamfer, which is similar to the original frames that are in here. They've got this detail here, and they're super simple on the outside as well. It's a flush casement, so it shouldn't be too distracting. I don't think there should be distracting you from the building, from the outside. I think they just want to sit in and blend in to a certain degree and not shout. They're made out of a pickled pine called a coir, which is what Nick recommended because it doesn't move too much and it lasts a very long time. It should outlive me easily. People have actually done studies on it, and submersed underwater it only moves fractionally compared to loads of other woods, even hardwoods, which will move and expand and swell up, and that means that high humidity levels mean you'll struggle to open them and whatnot. And they're all going to be hinged so that they open out like that, and I'm going to paint them. On the outside I'm going to paint them a dark green, sort of a tealy type colour, which is called Amsterdam Green, which is a paint by Brouns, and I'll share the links to that. And the furniture for the windows I bought from Corston, and I'm not sponsored or anything by any of these companies, I'm just telling you what I'm using. So they're going to have a stay at the bottom, which I don't actually need because the hinges actually hold the window open, but I think it looks right. And they're a simple brass, and they're going to be painted on the inside with a creamy sort of white. I'd like to do a thin coat on it and see if I can paint it so that the grain kind of still shows through the paint, so it's just like not an opaque finish. I don't know if that'll work, but if it doesn't, that's fine. And yeah, I think now the only thing to do is just get on with it and get them painted. Very exciting. This is my old kettle. Now, my old kettle has got a cable, and that cable has got a cross-sectional area of about 1.5 millimeters. Now, that can pull about 13 amps, and if you're doing it for a long time, you'd probably want a 2.5 millimeter cable. If that cable is any smaller, what's going to happen is it's going to get hot. I've got some smaller cable here. This is Cat5e, it's networking cable, and it's got 8 cores, and each one of those cores is probably about 0.2 millimeters. So that cross-sectional area is about 7 or 8 times smaller than my kettle cross-sectional area. Now, the reason why I'm saying all this is because The good people at Top Don have given me this, which is a thermal imaging camera. They've given me that to show to you, and I'd normally say no to these sorts of brand deal things, but this is just too interesting to say no to. And I usually just opt to do more electrical work and then I'll continue making my videos, but this is helping to support this channel, so yeah, I'm all for it. It's interesting and it helps support this channel, so I'm all for it. So, I'm going to massively undersize the cable on here so that I can demonstrate it getting hot, because in the electrical world this is mega helpful. I can look at a fuse box and see if any terminations are loose, because loose terminations create heat, that creates fires, and it's a risk that we need to completely eradicate if you're an electrician. Let's make this undersized and see what happens. The most likely thing that is going to happen is it's going to get really hot, melt everything, trip the electrics or blow the fuse. This is our little device which helps us see a world that the human eye can't, and I'm sure my cat can see heat. Okay, I've got the app downloaded, so I'm just going to plug this in, get onto the app, and enable thermal imaging camera, confirm. Now then, I've got TISR enabled, which means I've got a high resolution, and you can see here we've got the highest and lowest temperatures on the screen, so that's a spot reading from 12.5 to the highest is 17, and I can just move this around. Okay, I'm going to plug the kettle in, set it on to boil. The switch is broken on this kettle, that's why I stopped using it. Now you can see the temperatures rising there. I can choose to select a dot on there to see the different temperatures on the screen. I can set a line so I can see the temperature from point A to point B, or I can just select the whole kettle and get the average temperature, which is gradually starting to rise. Then we can actually put it onto this setting, which looks a little bit like what the police use on those programs where they're trying to find scallies. So, oh, temperature's getting, it's already boiled, it's such a quick kettle. So we can actually see that our cable has got hot there. What I am doing here is the definition of bad. It's a complete no-no, so I don't recommend doing it. It is going to cause problems. That is the intention, to cause problems, and it's just to demonstrate the importance of having the correctly sized cables, and also of how useful it can be to be able to see something getting hot and being able to do something about it before the inevitable happens. So look at the size difference of the cars here. Right, I'm going to try this again. Is the kettle going to boil first, or is the cable going to burn out first? Guess now. I'm going for cable. Oh, we're already getting very, very hot. Yeah, 41, 43. Oh, it's going to pop, is that? 62. Kettle's only at 14.5. Oh, that cable's flying up. So we've got a low temperature setting and a high temperature setting. The low temperature goes from like -25 to, no, -20 to 150. So we'll keep it on the low temperature setting. Oh, but our kettle's getting up to temperature. This is amazing how well it's doing, considering it's such small cable. Ziggy, you don't want to see this. I can smell the cable getting hot now. Oh, it's 106. Oh, that's it. Wow. So we got to 108 degrees Celsius before it blew. That's incredible. And the kettle got to 47 degrees. Okay, we're in my living room now. I'm going to show you another cool feature on this infrared camera. If we're looking at the outside wall, I can see that the window is super cold. It's only at 14 degrees, whereas the rest of the wall is at 21. Now, that represents a massive loss of heating. And the same with the door, especially the cat flap. I can see that it's letting all of the cold in. So running this camera over helps to highlight the parts of the insulation and the thermal build-up that need some attention. Same with that bottom corner. This brick wall is not insulated at all. So we've got some things that need some attention. We've got a single glazed window, which is a cold spot. We've got a door, which is a cold spot, and especially the cat flap. We've got an external wall, which needs insulating. And you can then start getting into nitty-gritty problems like the joists, which are going straight into the wall. To be fair, they're not too bad actually. In this room I've got my electrics, and also I have my underfloor heating, which is just at the bottom there. One thing that I would like to know is where the underfloor heating loops go, so that I can drill a hole in the floor. You can quite clearly see that all of the pipes are glowing. I've turned it up hotter than I normally would do, and you wouldn't usually have it on at all now, but I wanted to see where these underfloor heating pipes run. So obviously I can't see anything normally, but you can quite clearly see where the golden lines are on my phone and where the underfloor heating pipes are running. So I know where I can drill a hole now, which is super handy. So I need to fix a piece of wood in here, and I'm going to be able to do that safely without hitting a pipe. If you'd like to learn more about this little gadget, you can check the link in the description, where there's a load of its features explained, and you can buy one as well. But that's going to be it for now. As I've shown, it's a really invaluable piece of kit, and I think you'd be lost without one if you're trying to find underfloor heating pipes, cold spots in thermal elements, etc, etc, etc. But for now we're going to get back to doing the windows. I'll leave this downstairs because I think it's quite a pretty paint gun. I like the look of it, it's cool, it's called Jefferson. Oh, it does look gorgeous, does that? So, we want 50% paint. I think I'm about to make a lot of commenters very happy. Oh! Right, that's going to be it for this video. I'm soon going to be getting another video out continuing with these windows. It's so exciting that the upstairs is going to have light let in through those holes once again. It's flipping brilliant. So, thanks you again, and ciao for now. Oopsie daisy. So Ziggy is currently running at 24.8 degrees I usually like my cats about 26 to 31, and I'm quite happy at that.